sitting on the fence. Yes, it might look like your safe space. I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to wreck the ship. But at the end of the day, your silence is complicit. And we see this a lot in many faces and spaces where someone can see a problem that needs to be resolved, but to say, not my problem. You see something that needs change, something that is affecting your community, people, country, but you say, not my problem. I'm not like those people. Those are savages. I'm the good person. I am noble. I'm more intellectual. I'm more diplomatic. And then that issue you ignored starts coming back. The people whom you ignored or the people whom you gave all these labels either have left that space, moved to other areas. A lot has happened in their life. Now you are left to deal with those problems because now you start asking, where were those men? Where are those women? Where are those young? It's too late. Now you deal with the beast. I was in a high school whereby there was a demonstration, my first high school, and a very small body. And there's something I was warned before I go to high school. I was told in high school things happen. There could be demonstrations and stuff like, should it happen, do not be found within the institution. You better be on the outside. Because if you're found in the inside, the security will assume that you're part of the problem and they'll do whatever their mind tells them. I took those words to heart. I was in a new school. There I am, very small body, and I was new. It was in a different county, and there I was. So I was born in the urban. Now the school was in a rural place, and not rural from the context that I could run to the next places because I know. No, I really didn't know where to go. So one day, normal day, school, everything was okay. Then I noticed the way people were moving in groups. I started noticing groups of 5, 10, 15. I was like, okay. I was alone. I started watching. Immediately, I ran to the dormitory and I took all my pocket money and put it in different places. Because I remembered I was once warned, if you see people grouping together, things are about to get messy. So I ran faster, took my things, put them in my pocket and kept quiet. And I started watching the groups. It was supposed to be another normal meeting, principal, there were teachers, everything. There were board, BOT, board something, the ones who stand up for the school. Anyway, everyone was there. And then I noticed there was these guys who are like the prefects, like the top head, the head prefect. They started, they were, I mean, when you look at them, they're like our fathers. And they started just chanting. Before I knew it, it was chaos. Remember, I'm a small body person. I stood at a corner and watched everything. I had not even arrived at the assembly. I was actually walking, but the moment I started seeing groupings, I remembered I was told grouping equals to trouble. And since I grew up in an environment that had this very common, I always knew, why you see a grouping, stay away from it. Doesn't matter if it's a group of 5, 10, you see a group, walk away. Because anything can happen in a group. Next thing I knew, it was a strike. It turned chaos. What's called? Seats were thrown, violent blows were exchanged, teachers to teachers, students. It was a whole mess. Next thing, the cops were called. And if you understand how cops work in our system, they are called, everybody goes down. Everybody gets the real bullet. No rubber bullet business here. And so it turned haywire. I ran, took my things, and I remembered I was told never stay within. So anyway, eventually I was outside and it was chaos and chaos and chaos and chaos. It was bad. And then there are guys I remember this guy. He was Christian Union, the club. So he was like, no, me, God says I'm supposed to be a good person. I will stay here. And I told him, my friend, you'll be roughed up. you know you don't know. Anyway, as we were out of this institution, I went hid in someone's village, home in a particular village. And when we came back, we were given 10 minutes to get in, take our things and go. So I got in 10 minutes. I remember going through a window, a very small window, but somehow my body could pass through. Took my window, even had time to eat, and then bolted. The guys who are left, they were roughed up. They were rough. Those guys were saying, oh, God will understand me. I'm not like those people. I'm not like those ones. Those ones were properly beaten and were expelled. For the likes of me, I'm still here. I finished, I left the school, moved to another one. And one thing, even you look at wildlife, when they are hunting, after they miss and feel the humiliation of the ones they were hunting, they will look around. The one closest they take out. If you look at any system, whether it's a community, whether it's government, when they find they've been humiliated in the battle or whatever, they look around. The one closest gets the hit. And just because you choose not to say anything and you allow a particular behavior, let's say you've seen trafficking, either children, people, wherever, you don't do anything. You don't raise an awareness. You don't call your community. Don't call security. You say, not my problem. The government or people sort it out. One day, it will be someone close to you. Remember your ignorance. Now, no one's going to listen to you. Let's say in a country whereby you've been accustomed or desensitized to going to a big screen and watch other countries being bombed and shelled from right, left, and center. And even you've given them names, savages and all the other names. Over time, you realize the people who are suffering, over time they become hardened and learn how to survive. And your government will allow you to give you all those benefits. And then one day, because no one in your country spoke and held the system accountable, the system decides, I'm being humiliated in the battlefield. What if it's the people inside who are funding them? Yet you guys did nothing. Then they come now after you, your family, your children, your benefits, everything. Remember, it was fun watching it from the big screen and calling people savages. Now you're the one. Let's say you're watching people demonstrate or protest because of impunity, corruption. You're there saying, look at these people. They're making noise. Look at these people. Oh, they're doing this. Oh, they're doing that. One day those people will not speak. And they will change their tactics, or others will move to different places and spaces, because once you rattle a beast, it's just like going and mess with the hornet's nest. The hornet is coming. So because of the retaliation, people disappear and all that stuff. Remember, you did nothing, said nothing, acted no way. You're the one who's going to get it hard. Let's say in a company, you witness something that is wrong. You don't speak up. You say, not my problem. I just get my salary and go. Remember that issue, you didn't stop, you didn't halt, you didn't try to control, you didn't try to raise an awareness. One day it happens, your company ends up in a big debt because you watched fraud happen. And then now what happens is, let's say if you are in that department, just because of not even saying anything, just being part of that department, you lose your job. Let's say in your religious institution, you know that this so-called leader, religious leader, has been doing bad things to young children, men and women, young, destroying even marriages. You say it's not my problem, it is those people how they dress, those people how they do it, those people how they died, all this, all those lame excuses. One day it's going to be someone close to you. And what's going to happen? No one's going to listen. You know why? Because you're complicit in the beginning. It was fun calling people labels. Now the label is on you. And no one's going to come to rescue you. And you see, that's the sad reality. The more you keep ignoring, the more you keep saying, no, my problem, let other people sort it out. The moment you don't hold anyone, any system accountable, you are allowing them. You're in a family whereby you can see something is wrong. Your parents or your siblings or your relatives, and you fail to stand up. One day, those same people will come after someone close to you. But when you stand up, they will give you a label and say, hey, don't go to that one. That one can eat you alive. When you fail to stand up for something that needs that needs you standing up, you keep allowing it. If you watch someone suffer and you have the ways and means and resources to rescue them, and you fail to rescue them, one day, one time, the one closest to you will be the victim, or it will be you at an older age. What you fail to sort out eventually becomes a thorn. That pothole you're not sealing in due time will become a big hole and you'll fall in it. Whatever you choose to ignore, every time you sit on the fence and say it's not my problem, you become complicit to their actions and to the things that are being done. And eventually, the same things you've ignored, they'll come back biting. And when they come back biting at you, the labels that you gave other people, those labels will be on you. So whatever you are ignoring will eventually come and bite you at a time when you can't run, you can't hide. You're under the masses. And remember, a beast has no mercy.